Well, smack my ass and shave my balls. It's the best damn podcast from Chippewa Falls.
Good morning, all you hit guys and gals.
Welcome to Tales from the Hicks. Who is here today?
I'm Jason.
I'm Chad.
BDC is in the house, but he's not claiming it today.
No,
This is Ben.
you can go back to back.
I am Nate. Huh. I'm sure you guys don't go back to back. You go from front to back.
Front to front. Fucking doesn't.
You go ass to mouth.
Whoa. Little scat action there.
I don't know why you're looking at my windows.
Oh, oof. Quarters.
Quarters.
Holding her down and titty fucking those butt cheeks.
Yikes.
Let's jump into an email right off the bat.
Oh, boy.
Right away.
See if this week I got it down a little better.
We're changing shit up.
Yep.
I got mail.
Yay! I got mail.
Yay!
I got.
Hey, Timmy.
Still
Cut 'em
going.
off.
Still going.
Settle down, Timmy.
Sometimes once just ain't enough.
That's what I keep saying.
All right. Well, that's usually she doesn't know that the first time is done.
Wow. It's not my fault.
So here's what we got.
I sent this in to Nate. I discovered it on Reddit. So-
In between your dragon threads.
I was in between Rate My Poo and Bad Dragon. Look at that. They fucking, I guarantee you that's a liquor store or a gas station.
Guaranteed.
Hooked up the trailer, put the kid in this. So this is for people who are just listening, it's a picture. It's a lawnmower with a garden trailer hooked up behind it. In the trailer is a stroller with a child strapped into the stroller, and that stroller is held in the garden trailer by an electrical cord.
Yeah.
The electrical cord is wrapped around the stroller a whole bunch of times and then down around the tongue of the trailer and back up around the stroller some more. And there's nobody on the lawnmower because I'll guarantee you they're inside the fucking gas station or the liquor store
Yeah.
getting a couple packs of Pall Malls and a fucking tall Cold 40 of Cold Delicious.
Mm.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
But at least it looks like a 12 gauge extension cord, so it's a little bit thicker.
Oh, it's a heavy duty
yeah,
extension
it's definitely
cord for
heavy
sure.
duty, so I
That
think
baby
they're
does
fine.
not look happy.
No.
Well,
She looks pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't leave a bottle or a nook or anything with her.
I wonder if the
they're getting
lawnmower's
a bottle.
running.
Yeah. You're about ready
40.
to take a nap, aren't you?
Right?
That's awesome.
Which I guess I can't say that in any state, but I know in Wisconsin, lawnmower is considered a gas-powered vehicle, so that would be an OWI offense.
Yeah. I'm sure, well, maybe not Jason, but you guys have probably seen the video of, I think it was made on purpose. It's not real, but the dude on the lawnmower who gets pulled over by the cop for
Is he
driving.
sitting at the stop sign?
Yeah, he's like, I know my rights. He ends up getting tased. That's a classic. That's an older video, but yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of what you just said, Nate, it's a motorized vehicle or whatever.
Yeah, sure is.
So I was actually just told on Friday, I don't know if it's true or not, but like your first offense on a snowmobile, dirt bike, or four-wheeler, lawnmower, is it actually pretty much like a automatic or some kind of a plea down that it goes on as a DNR fine, not an actual OWI?
Right, because it's just like a first offense in a vehicle is essentially classified the same as, and don't get me wrong, this is not to be taken as legal advice. I am not an attorney. An OWI first offense in a vehicle is classified essentially the same way as a speeding ticket, a traffic citation, any other traffic violation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when it goes, when it's through snowmobile or DNR citation like that, or a boat, it's classified then as a forfeiture, which would be the same then as like a first offense, anything else. So it's a...
So it's not really. So if I was doing that in the boat, got pulled over, and then 3 weeks later was in my truck, would the truck be my first?
No.
So it still counts as a first violation, just not a OWI?
Well, it's still an OWI. It's just not classified as a crime per se.
Okay.
A second offense is where it first becomes a criminal offense. Yeah. So basically, a first offense OWI, although, I mean, the repercussions are great. I mean, your insurance is going to go up. You could have to have one of those ignition interlock devices put in. You're going to have your license suspended. But the way that it's classified is basically just like you got a speeding, you got pulled over for speeding. It's in the same, severity, I guess you'd say.
Sure.
As a speeding ticket.
Okay.
So you're not considered a criminal,
Yeah.
Interesting.
at least not in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So there's that. Just don't drink and drive.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's-
it's not encouraged.
That will take care of that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know,
Or get somebody else to drive for you.
Yeah. Call Uber.
yeah, Chippewa Eau Claire has Ubers and Lyfts, and Chippewa has 2 cat taxi companies. And a lot of bars have the Safe Ride program.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, if you get really hammered and you can't find anybody to give a ride, call the Hicks phone number. Nate will come pick you
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, there you go.
And if not, his mom.
Yeah.
Or
Can you just hang out there for 15 minutes? I'm just finishing up Nathan's buttermilk bath. As soon as we're done moisturizing, lotioning, conditioning, massaging, I'll be there. Just I'll come pick you up, but just wait a little bit.
There you go.
in worst comes to worst, I got a lift, you know.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
the little light even that goes in the dash.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was that? 50. What's the number? 505.
number? My number?
No, the number for for them to call up for the ride.
For the ride.
Yeah,
they
for
wanna
the
call-
Tales from the Hicks
Yep.
number.
So it's
Still
was
don't
it
have it.
505 something.
Yeah, I can read it off later.
All right. Here's this Dr. Hole's 2-ball solution.
Oh,
I'll have to move that back over if I'm going to try to read that.
good for fits, pits.
Good for fits. Good for fits, shits, sore tits, colds, moles, and tight assholes. Cures warts in the first stages. Guaranteed not to rust, bust, or collect dust, or your money back. Double if the doctor passes these parts again.
Huh.
And it's for $2 there, so that's a
$2.
neat little.
Wow.
That's a cure-all right there.
That's it.
Don't settle for imitations.
2-ball solution,
That's
Dr. Hole.
Dr.
That sounds a lot like my medicine. that
Kind of. I was going to say,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it references yours.
Yeah. This. Boy, I wonder if they stole that from me.
Well, you know how, like, even with medications, one pharmaceutical company creates something, another one generally comes up with the same. It's kind of like the Pepsi and Coke, where
Sure.
they always come up with the same thing. So maybe it's it's just the
Imitation is the sincere form of flattery.
there you go.
I'm guessing this is the real stuff, though. Here,
That looks
Oh, I
that
don't
looks
know.
pretty legit.
I think mine's better.
Let's try them both someday.
Yeah. Got the cabin.
You got nothing to lose. You could always double your money back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine's free, so twice of that.
Okay.
Might want to start with that one then.
Sounds like a deal.
Okay, let's go into some news.
Oh.
New.
Bum, 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 bum.
I do want to share one of my own though too.
Fucking share
See?
away.
Share it.
I'm just trying to be included this time.
Mine's not really a news. It's just a fact.
So news is not factual? I guess that's
mine's more of
appropriate.
a fact than a news story. If there's a difference.
So, a missing Indianapolis man was located deceased in a tanning bed at Planet Fitness. Are you
Go
crossing off a news story? That
No, keep going.
A missing Indianapolis man was located deceased in a tanning bed at Planet Fitness days after he disappeared. An ankle monitor worn by 39-year-old Derek Sink led investigators to the 8,000 block of Hardigan Street, where his body was found on Monday morning. Sink went missing on Friday and was in the tanning bed for several days. Gym members reported a foul smell in the building that got worse near the tanning rooms. Planet Fitness released a statement saying, in part, "We were deeply saddened by the passing of one of our members, and the franchise owner is working with the local authorities in their investigations."
Jesus.
So nobody thought, hey, let's clean
Whoa,
it.
don't they clean? That's what I was thinking.
Even if he's dead, still, but you shouldn't think it'd take days to clean it.
Well, maybe, but it might be the type of thing where the members are responsible for cleaning it after
Doing it
they're
themselves.
they're done with it or whatever.
But I mean, even for a full weekend, they just
Right.
no one else had been in
well,
there.
yeah, that's just it. Nobody else used it. Of course,
Right.
maybe they were gonna, and they got there, and the smell.
Yeah, fuck that. We're out of this one. That one's clean already. Okay.
I bet you he was burnt like a weenie.
Well, they have timers, so they shut off. But still, yeah, I'm assuming that.
Speaking of weenies,
Okay.
I have
Ooh.
to. I have
I was
another
just
thing.
gonna tell you that.
I have another thing to share.
I don't want to see it.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't get this transferred over to the computer though, so I won't be able to bring it up on the screen.
Can you do it now?
Yeah.
Because they gotta see this.
Okay. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But
The Vikings are 0-0, if anybody wonders.
Nobody cares.
Packers are 0-0.
Wow. We care about that.
Fucktards.
Fuck darts.
Yay!
can you do a news story?
Oh, yeah,
I
I can
could do
do
that.
it. Yeah,
Go ahead,
you
Chad.
Well, I got one. I mean, it's not really, like I said, it's not news. It's just fun fact, since we are in football season. I was watching some kind of a show late into the evening once, and I always thought to myself,
Spanish chicks with big tits.
yes, yeah, it's on my homepage now.
Oh, okay. Good.
That's a classic.
It is.
When a player is traded mid-season, they don't just automatically get a new helmet with their new team. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So actually, there is a company, and I don't know where they're out of. When that player is traded, their helmet goes to this company, and within 24 hours, it has a brand new skin put on it, and then shipped directly to that new facility.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because it was actually brought up. It was the storyline of is it Zadarius Smith that just got traded
Yep.
to Lions?
Yep.
The moment the way I took the show was even before it was like the ink dried, his helmet was already being shipped to this facility, and what they do is take the skin off. The inside is all the same size, so you don't have to refit and deter them from having a great game the next time they step on the field. So within 24 hours, it's newly skin put on it, shipped back, and good to go.
I would never have guessed that.
Neither did I. I was like, oh, yeah, sure, he got there, he fitted his helmet, and
I just always assumed, right, they've probably got equipment people where they've got a room where it's like, here's all the helmets, here's all the different varieties, right? Because, some guys have the extra strip that comes down the
Yep.
top. Like, there's multiple different types you can wear. I just assumed, here's a room with all the different kinds of helmets. What size do you need?
yeah,
What face mask do you want on it?
right.
Boom, there you go.
Yep, nope, it's
Huh.
some facility somewhere.
Well, I think in our fantasy football thing, I shared that video about that locker room, that custom locker from TikTok, didn't I? There's a company that makes lockers for NFL teams, college teams,
oh, really?
and the locker. I'll have to try and find it after we're off the air and show you guys. Just this one locker, I think, was $1 million. And it is the coolest fucking. You open it up. Here's a spot for all their Super Bowl rings.
Oh.
It was really cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
And he might have. I might have just not seen it.
Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, it's pretty wicked.
Here we go.
Holy cow.
Mr. Wiggle. This was sent in to us from a listener. Mr. Wiggle's Magical Miracle Wiener Washer. Because wetter wieners wiggle better.
Yes, they do.
Huh.
I don't quite...
I'm not going to wash mine like that. It seems...
Well, how do you wash it?
full. I'm assuming the water is going through the center of it.
So for the people who are just listening,
Which by now we're 38, 39, 40 episodes in. Why are you not watching us? I mean, Spotify. You watch on Spotify.
Well,
That's true. Now you
none
can
of
watch
us
on
are-
Spotify.
none of us are pretty. I mean,
Yeah, well,
I get it. But yeah, for the people who are just listening, it's looks like a stainless steel bin, like a little almost like you'd see at a restaurant, the rectangular stainless steel thing. And it's looks to be soapy water inside of it. And then on each end is a stainless steel rod or tower that comes up. And then connecting those two over top of the bin is a threaded steel rod with a handle on it. And the wiener is on top of the rod is threaded through the wiener. And there's water dripping off the wiener. But how do you get the water? So you guys think the water is pumped up through those rods into the stainless steel, into the threaded rod, and it's pumping the water inside of it?
From what it looks like the water is shooting up out of that bin just to wash the wiener on the outside.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
that
shooting
could be.
out of the bin and hitting the wiener.
That's what I take it as.
So it's kind of like a lathe. Is that what them are? A lathe?
Yeah,
where you
it would
put-
be a
where you
lathe.
put.
The way it's mounted, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that must be the handle where you just crank your
Turn it.
wiener around and wash your
Wash
wiener
it.
on all sides.
still looks painful.
And for those wondering, I believe it's a hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was
Oh,
it-
yeah,
was
we're
there
talking
something
about
to-
hot dog, not your wiener.
We should clarify.
Wiener time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's something you don't see every day.
No.
Wetter wieners wiggle
Wiggle
better.
Huh.
There you go.
That helps the wiggle of your wiener.
Now you know, Ben.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Wash your wiener.
Well, you
A
guys
little
know to
scrub
use
a
it.
dub.
You guys do that and let me know.
All right.
I got one thing before this
Yeah.
might be a tangent thing, but
Beans.
did you guys watch the Tyson fight a couple weeks ago?
I did.
Tried to.
Did
Tried
not.
to.
Yeah, we tried to too. We watched it in the morning though.
As I say, there's no way you stayed up that late.
Well, no, it was just we got the Wheel of Death is
Yeah,
all we got on there.
But still, even if you could have watched it, it did start till after 11.
Yeah, I know. Well, I stayed up till it was quarter after 11 or 10.
Here's what
10:30 maybe?
Here's what I was told. You had guests over,
Yeah, we had guests over.
and
Which
they.
I thought was nice. Did you guys get an invite?
I was.
No, I didn't either.
I
Okay,
wasn't.
cool.
The
Anyways.
guests left at 10:10, and Jason was in bed snoring by 10:11. Was how it was told to me.
I was tired.
Oh, yeah. Christ. Must have turned into a pumpkin by then.
I was getting damn close to that pumpkin.
Yeah, I was at home trying to watch it and fucking,
Yeah.
just like everybody else, my Netflix froze up at like, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And so I tried it on my Xbox, tried it on my Roku. Then I went to YouTube because there was people who were illegally streaming it live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They also had the spinning wheel of death.
Jeez.
So then I went to Twitter or X, whatever you want to say. I found a feed on X, but it was not great, and it was some crypto page that kept putting their ads up into it or whatever. And X, you can't cast it, so I couldn't cast it to my big TV, and I didn't want to try and watch it on my phone. So finally, I'm like, whatever. And then next thing I know, I got it back on the Xbox. And so I started got to 104 in the first round, locked up again.
Yeah.
And finally I just said, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I was messaging a couple guys that we play video games with, and I said, I'm fucking done with this shit. I said, I'm just going to hop onto Xbox, play a couple games, and then around midnight it should be done, and I'll go back and rewatch it. And I said, so FYI, my phone's going into airplane mode right now because I don't want to see
Right.
any
yeah.
spoilers, you know what I
Right.
mean? So I put my phone into airplane mode, turned my tablet off, played Xbox till about midnight, go back into Netflix, it's over. You can hit the play button to watch it now or whatever. It's still fucking buffered, froze up, locked. It took me until 12:45 to finish watching those 8 rounds,
Yeah, I did.
which was what, 6 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
However long in between each round. The fight was what, 20 minutes, 25
Maybe.
minutes.
Yeah.
Took me till almost 1 a.m. to get to finish watching it.
Yeah.
It was frustrating.
So like I don't say I made a point to have it on, but I was aware, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to watch it. When it was buffering like that and I wasn't able to, I didn't care enough to wait,
Yeah.
and I haven't gone back on to try to watch it again. So I actually haven't really seen the fight. Obviously, know the outcome, but
It was disappointing.
That's
I
what
was disappointed
everybody's
too.
money. There, a lot of the captions I seen were money grab at its finest.
Well, I mean, you kind of knew that going in.
To
right?
a point, I just really didn't think. Then I didn't watch it, and I won't see it. I just really didn't think Tyson would want to be like his last fight to be that. But
Yeah.
But, I don't know if you did you watch it then?
Yeah, I
did you
watched it.
did you watch
No,
you
not
didn't
one.
watch
No,
it?
I
Oh.
still haven't watched it.
I watched it the next morning then. And I don't want to say it looked staged, but kind of in a way. Granted, they were throwing punches and they were
Yep.
taking hits, and but when they got over, I think they were saying that Paul, his dad and Tyson knew each other or whatever the fucking case was. So he's the next up and coming dude. So it almost looked like Tyson said, "Yeah, fuck, I'll do it for
But I just
$20 million and now put him out on the heavyweight guy. Come and
Sure.
get him. He beat me." That's what it kind of almost looked like. But
I get the money part, right? Especially for Tyson if he needed the cash. Like
right,
And I heard
$20 million is $20 million. I mean,
Right.
right. That's
fuck,
that's a lot.
But Jake Paul has never fought a real boxer.
Oh,
All of the people that he's boxed have been MMA guys.
right,
And not outstanding MMA guys, just MMA guys.
oh,
So, like, I'm no boxing expert. I enjoy watching it from time to time. But, like, if you listen to anybody who knows boxing and they say, how good of a fighter is Jake Paul? They say you really don't know because he's never fought an actual boxer. He looked okay against Tyson, but I felt like after the second round, Tyson completely lost his legs.
yep. He did, yep.
And I don't know if it was out of respect or if it was a stage thing. I felt like Paul could have easily taken Tyson down.
Oh, for sure.
There were a couple times after the second round where hits made that Paul landed looked like Tyson was ready to lose his balance.
He got wobbly.
Yeah, and could have gone down. And I don't think, like, he took a couple solid hits to the face
Yeah.
and the jaw, and I don't think it was a glass chin type of thing. It was he did not have the balance in his legs.
Yeah.
To, most of the time he was kind of like a statue.
Yep.
He did very little dancing after the second round, but I mean, I knew going in, right? Tyson's 58.
Yep.
Jake Paul's 27 or whatever it
Yeah.
is. There's a, whatever it was, there's a 31-year age difference. Like, I mean, 58 is. I mean, you're not ancient, but that's an older person to do what they are doing.
Yep.
I mean, Tyson looked fucking great, though. I mean, physically.
Yep.
Like, he was shredded,
Yeah.
My hope was just that kind of like a Rocky movie, right? Like, he maybe doesn't have the legs, but he's still got the power, right? And I was at least hoping to see a couple classic Tyson just
Yeah.
smash
Thumps.
fucking Jake Paul's face in,
Yeah.
but that
But
didn't happen.
because it looked like Tyson would stand there and take him,
Yeah.
just like on all of his other, he'd
Yeah.
just stand there
Yeah.
and he'd keep going after him. but Paul kept on backing up and running. And
Yeah, which, I mean, it's great strategy, right? If it was not a stage
Sure.
thing, like, that's the smartest thing he could have done. He's never
yeah,
fought anybody that could hit as hard as Tyson. You
Right.
know, one shot to the face could have fucking ended him. You
Yeah.
know, we don't know that, but
and
yeah.
it was close. I mean, it was close through all of it. I mean, even the outcome was close.
Yeah, they didn't score Jake Paul that much higher than
No.
Tyson as far as
Right.
shots landed. But
right. Yeah,
but yeah, it was. I mean, I just really wanted to see Tyson just get in there and land a couple fucking,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
put
Make
it
him
on
shit his pants.
Yeah, yeah.
Good thing you didn't have a bucket.
But yeah, so I don't know if it was staged or if Tyson could have done better and he just didn't, because that's the. But I mean, as the one guy before the fight, I thought he put it really well. He said this is either going to be a win-lose or a lose-lose for Jake Paul. I said, and he said either he's going to win the match with a knockout,
Yeah.
and but he's also going to lose because it's like big deal. You beat a 58-year-old guy who's
Right. Yeah.
decades past his prime,
Yep.
or he's going to lose, and it's a lose-lose because you got knocked the fuck out by a 58-year-old man. You are nobody, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I did see he's already calling out McGregor.
See,
Connor.
that's just it. That's another MMA guy.
Which, if it is, I hope they do MMA then.
I don't think Jake Paul's got any
And
knowledge.
And that's what I'm
of that,
saying.
does he though?
Well, no, but if he used to be nothing as a boxer, wise,
Right.
And now he's the greatest thing in the world. He thinks. If
Yeah,
that's the
I
case,
just-
then
I mean, that's
to
like a whole like. It's one thing to learn how to box. You're only using the upper half of your body, but I mean MMA. You've got all the different
Oh, right.
styles of fighting. You can use the ground, the grappling. I mean, which I hate. I hate watching those guys where it's like, "Oh, I'm going to
Wrestling.
get you to the ground and I'm going to choke you, or put you in an
Right.
arm bar and you got to tap out. Like, I get it. It's the smartest way to win, but I want to see two guys just knock the
Yeah.
shit out of each other. you
Break
know?
legs and
Yeah.
noses and blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's a fight.
Like when I'm, I
Yeah.
want to see that.
Teabagging Chad.
Yeah. Same thing.
Whoa! Hey now. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Jeez.
Sorry, I didn't. I
No,
was
I
just
was-
wondering if you guys.
I meant to bring that up too, and I forgot about it. But yeah, it was not what I think probably most people were hoping
Yeah,
for.
I don't think so.
And I used to like MMA more when it seemed like it was, like, I don't know, it seems now it's getting to be more like the strategic, where
Yeah,
before it used to just
skilled.
be like the brunt
Yeah.
force. It's
Go
me
in and
against
kick each
you,
other's
and
ass.
Right.
Yeah.
It might only take 45
Yeah.
seconds, but I'd rather see that than a match go for 5 rounds and they're just kind of dancing around. And I like that. You might have this guy that knows Taekwondo, and you got this guy over here who's a street brawler, and they just go in and where now it seems like everyone is kind of knows a little bit of everything.
Well,
I guess,
it's
which, I mean,
developed
they're
into a thing now,
Right.
whereas it used to just be like, let's get some people who know how to fight.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, like that's why we need to get together one of the Friday nights when they do Rough and Rowdy. and
Oh,
watch
that one that you sent out before.
That's cool.
I think we watched a little bit of it on the
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep. So
Cool.
All right, I do have some news here that I can do.
News.
A Florida surgeon mistakenly removes patient's liver instead of his spleen, causing him to die. I can't understand how in today's day and age that can happen with all of the technology that they have. And
Jesus.
yeah, it's just, I mean, like when you go in for surgery, like if you're going to have something done on your leg, like they actually draw on your leg in
Yeah.
magic marker, like this
here.
leg,
Yeah.
like all that stuff, right? To eliminate.
Does
It's
a liver and
crazy.
a spleen look the same?
I have no
Not
idea.
mine. My liver doesn't look like nothing. I can about imagine. There ain't no mistake in my
It's
liver.
a sad little pellet.
That's why they like if I went in for surgery and they mistakenly removed my liver, I think I'd be fine. I probably would be better off.
Please, sir, take me.
Take it out of there.
The next one I have. Russian teachers were tricked into wearing tinfoil hats to protect against NATO satellites.
And they did it?
They did it, yeah. There's a video of them. All these Russian teachers, they got flags on, and they're all wearing tinfoil hats with like a flag and magic marker colored in on the tinfoil. It says, gullible Russian teachers were tricked into wearing tinfoil hats by a political prankster in order to demonstrate how deeply they had been brainwashed by Kremlin propaganda. They said they had told the teachers that the hats would protect them from radiation that was put out by NATO satellites.
Wow.
Yep. I thought this one was pretty crazy. So an Oregon cyclist who was struck by an ambulance that made a right turn into the bicyclist, right? The ambulance hit the bicycler. Sorry, pop-ups. Turned into the cyclist, fracturing his nose, multiple contusions, and other injuries. They crashed into him, stopped, picked him up, put him into the ambulance, took him to the hospital. Then they billed him $2,000 for the ambulance ride.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Awesome.
So this guy is suing the hospital because they hit him and then they billed him to take his fucking ass to the hospital.
Yeah, that's that's the common sense thing. You just let that go and offer him a ride home.
Yeah,
even.
hope maybe he doesn't sue you for fucking running into him.
No shit.
Yeah. This one kind of plays into something we talked a little bit about the last episode with the chew and the deer urine.
There's more like Michael?
Well, kind of, sort of. A Chinese mother shares a shocking photo on social media of their toddler urinating on the family meal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's a whole thing, but basically, grandparent holding the baby pees all over the table and onto the food. Grandparents didn't care, so the family ate the dinner anyways, basically in a nutshell.
Yeah, I'm going to probably pick up a pizza on the way home.
Yeah, it's
The dog's going to eat pretty good.
what else we got in the
This
fridge,
sweet
Mom?
and sour is kind of...
Yeah. This sweet and sour is kind of ammonia. So I'll do the last one here. A Norwegian fishing vessel who is hunting for halibut netted a U.S. nuclear submarine. They caught the USS Virginia, a 115-meter-long nuclear-powered attack submarine outfitted with cruise missiles.
It caught it?
In the net. The sub drove through the fishing vessel's nets. So it says the ship's crew, made up entirely of young men in their 20s, had no idea that the USS Virginia had been dragging its net for 2 nautical miles before the crew realized what was going on and cut it loose.
Oh, this is big load.
Yeah.
It's really pulling it out there.
Could you imagine?
Out of rope. What the fuck? I don't know.
All of a sudden, up pops a fucking sub.
Yeah. Jesus.
Just fucking
Moby Dick.
115 meters long.
Yeah,
that's a
that's
big
a big-
fucking vessel, you know? Jesus.
Well, that's
345 feet,
Yeah.
roughly. Yeah.
that's enough. You
Yeah.
should notice that.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Eventually they did, I guess. Good for them. We could do a couple acronyms for Mr. Lido.
Oh yeah. Let's get those in there.
Let's learn these things. What is this segment called?
Jason's favorite game. What's that acronym?
Yes.
So the first one,
I'm glad you guys get a kick out of this. I really do. This is for you guys.
good. This one is IKR.
I don't realize.
Well, no.
The middle
There's a-
initial's not quite there.
There's a K instead of a
Yeah.
D.
Oh yeah.
This would be used more in text, probably.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Text speak.
What was it?
IKR. I know, right?
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever used that one.
No?
Ooh.
This is another one that would be like text speak or message board type of thing. IMO.
Well,
Sometimes it's IMHO.
Yep, that is true.
I'm home, Mom.
I'm home. Open up.
I'm home. Open up.
In my opinion,
In my
or
opinion.
in my honest opinion, if you have the H in there.
Oh,
In my humble
fuck.
opinion.
Yep.
I was way off.
Yep. AFK.
AFK. You know this?
I do know this.
Oh,
This is a big gamer one.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. Well, I guess, I mean,
There's a lot of mouse and keyboard.
depends on the system.
I just gave you one of the letters.
mouse.
Not even one of the letters.
No.
I'll go
Keyboard.
with the
Keyboard. Yep,
Hey,
that's the
all
one.
right,
Yep.
okay.
AF keyboard.
A fucking keyboard.
Sure. Away from keyboard.
away from keyboard.
So, like, most of the time, it's like you got to use the can. Like, hey, guys, I'm going to be AFK for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be not playing. I'll be away from my keyboard for a couple minutes.
That does.
The next one is CD.
Mm.
You should definitely know this.
CD
Mhm.
compact disc.
There
Yes.
it is. Hey.
Awesome.
Hey, all right.
All right. And I'll do two more. MIA.
Missing in action.
Yeah. And
2 in a row.
AWOL.
Absent without leave.
You got it.
Wow. Finish strong. You're a strong finisher.
Just like at home with the boner garage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Finish strong.
Well, yeah, you have to.
At least one of you.
Usually not me.
Another one.
Usually not me. That's
Yeah.
not
Finish
what I
on their
hear.
own.
I would think usually it is you.
You know.
So, you got more?
No, we're good.
Oh,
I'm just deleting them so I don't forget to do it.
gotcha. So I always kind of think about this, and this is obviously way off subject, but when you see or hear, when you hear commercials for prescription medication, and they say that it treats this or it treats that, but then, you know, it lists all of the side effects, right?
Anal leakage.
Anal leakage. So you ever have that?
No, can't say I have.
I get that. Sometimes I don't even take medication for it.
Yeah, I don't
But-
take medication. I have that.
The doctor's like, that's not one of the side effects of this. But, okay, so aside from the fact that a lot of times the side effects are worse than
Then the symptoms you're
Then
taking
the
the drug
symptoms,
for.
right.
Yes.
Okay, aside from that, we're in a day and age of this society where they have to give the warning that if you are allergic to this medication, do not take it.
You don't even know what it is.
Exactly.
But if you look at it or you listen
Yeah, I've
to,
seen that.
Yeah.
I've been noticing.
Do not take Galantetrix if you're allergic. Well,
Yeah.
how the fuck do I know if I'm allergic to Galantetrix until
Yeah.
I take it?
Right.
Well, and I mean, just the fact that you have to give that kind of a warning,
Yeah.
like, don't take something you're allergic to.
Did you see the shit about Costco butter?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Costco had to recall 800,000 pounds or 80,000 pounds of butter. This was on my news things, but I didn't get to it. But yeah, anyways, since we're talking about it, they had to recall all this butter because it did not say on the packaging that it was manufactured using milk.
What the fuck?
And so somebody, like, I didn't read the entire article, but like somebody sued them because they were allergic to milk or lactose intolerant and they ate the butter and got sick. And it didn't say, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
I think people just look for something like
Of
that.
course they do.
Yeah.
And then they just whammo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
I'm
agree.
going to get paid.
Yeah.
Right.
The prescription drug thing is absolutely out of control, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Kristen and I talk about that all the time.
There's prescription drugs that you have to take
because of the side
because
effects
of
caused by other
prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
And I don't know.
Don't they counter-react each other then? Like, you're not even...
So I'm not saying I don't take any drugs, but somebody takes...
Well, no prescribed ones, at least.
somebody, I don't know the name of a drug. Somebody takes Fluvix for heart issues. Fluvix causes diarrhea. So then you've got to take Stop-All
Yep.
because that stops diarrhea.
Yep.
You know, that's what...
Revolving door.
Yeah, well...
They double up on you that
Yeah,
way.
I
That's what
hate
they-
even talking about it, and maybe I've mentioned this on the podcast before. We're the only country in the world that has commercials for pharmaceuticals.
You did say that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, like no other country does that, and that's because the pharmaceutical lobbyists and the companies and the drug companies are so fucking huge that they own like half of Congress or all of Congress or whatever. They have all the politicians in their pocket and the doctors, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
And on that note, I did hear this week that, I think it was last month they had that, not a buyback, but where you can drop off used drugs that you don't want and prescriptions and stuff like that. Wisconsin was the number one state out of all and Texas was number 2.
Yeah,
It was like, I don't know how many thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of pounds of prescription drugs that people just didn't need or want or whatever.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like there are stuff that's wrong with people that you need to take medicine for, but it is out of control. Like I absolutely, Kristen and I laugh every time you see one of those commercials, and it's like, do you have a mild to medium skin irritation? Take floppy cock.
Yeah.
Side effects of floppy cock include
Chet takes that.
vaginal leakage,
Mine's a cream.
anal leakage, heart stoppage,
Right.
blood coming from your eyes,
Yeah.
hair loss, death, incontinence, premature ejaculation. Like this is a mild thing that you have, but let's go ahead and take this drug that may cause cancer, may cause
Right.
I mean, just what the fuck, dude? It's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
So the that warning.
I think commercials in general are fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, of course they are.
I can't. As soon as the whatever I'm watching comes on, I'm switching the channel to fucking find something else.
That's one thing I hate about Thursday Night Football.
They should put those fucking commercials on some other channel and just play those things so at least people can watch TV without being.
Well, that's how they're.
That's how
I
they're
get it.
paid
I know.
to
I
fucking
know.
But that's what sucks about Thursday Night Football, because on Prime, you're stuck in that app, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't change the channel for, like, if I'm watching normal TV, which we don't do that often, like commercial, I will glance at the clock that's on our entertainment center and be like, okay, 9:16, change the channel to the other thing, wait for 3 minutes to go by, change it back, But you can't do that on Thursday Night Football because you're in you're in its own app, right? So it's like by the time I close this app and go to regular
a new
TV
one,
or go to another app, like fuck, it's gonna be time to change back. Yeah, they got you trapped.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
But
I just go to bed. I don't even bother with it.
But anyway, the warning, the prescription warnings, kind of got me thinking about these silly warning labels. And I come across a list of a few different ones.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah. Do not use if you cannot see clearly to read the information in the information booklet. And that was in the information booklet, found in the information booklet. Caution, the contents of this bottle should not be fed to fish. And that was on a bottle of shampoo for dogs. Do not use while sleeping. And that was on a hairdryer. Do not place Do not place this product into any electronic equipment, and that's on a case of a chocolate CD in a gift basket. So you get a chocolate.
Yeah.
Right.
Put it in my CD player.
I suppose somebody tried this fucking thing don't play. Oh, now you bought a dash.
Yep. So this is on a pair of shin guards made for bicyclists. Shin pads cannot protect any part of the body they do not cover.
Okay, I guess that just, I'm not a avid or even somewhat bicyclist.
When was the last time you rode a
I
bike?
do a lot of bicycling.
Do you?
Yeah.
Bicycling?
Oh, okay, well then you'll know.
Yeah.
To answer your question, about a month ago,
Oh.
just because I had to move the bikes.
Oh.
What the fuck are people wearing shin guards when they're biking for?
Protection.
Maybe they're
to
gonna
what?
play soccer.
Bugs?
If you fall.
Soccer.
If you fall off.
Maybe they're playing polo.
That's true.
Kristen has a curling iron, and it's just the long metal shaft with the
Oh yeah, here we go.
like the
Oh,
you can
yeah.
open it or whatever on the one end, you know.
Oh, yeah.
clapper.
And it has a giant tag on the electrical cord with a picture, and it says "Do not use on eyelashes."
Oh.
On a fucking curling iron.
But it didn't say anything about not putting it up here.
Yeah, see, I wish they'd leave those labels off.
Just, what do they call that? Natural selection.
Yeah.
I hate to go on a tangent.
Oh, here we go.
I'd love to hear it, though.
I want to hear.
We were talking about curling irons, and it made me think of a story that I heard a long time ago. There was a lady who found out that her husband was cheating on her, so she decided to extract revenge. He came home from work one day, and she was all dolled up in some sexy lingerie, and took him into the bedroom. They messed around a little bit. She's like, I want to try something new, and he's like, okay. So she had him lay down on his stomach on the bed, tied his arms and his legs to the 4 posts on the bed. He's buck naked, ass up on the bed. She had thought well ahead, had a 25-foot extension cord plugged in to the curling iron, and it's one like my wife has. It's because some curling irons have like the plastic spikes that come out of them. You know?
Yeah.
This is just the long metal cylinder, and you can open and close it.
Right.
And she had that plugged in on high. She walked into the bedroom, shoved it up his ass, plugged in, turned on high, grabbed her bags that she had packed, and said, I know about so-and-so. We're done. Grabbed her shit and left, and she just left him tied up there.
Oh.
And the neighbors heard him screaming like 2 or 3 hours later.
Oh.
Do you imagine?
That would.
Hell hath no fury.
Burn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
literally.
think about how long it would be until you could take a shit. You know?
God.
I think you'd have to get a bag. They'd have to put a bag on it for you.
Yeah.
You couldn't shit. It would be burnt solid.
Well, yeah. I mean, just think of how much damage that could do inside of you for hours, sitting there for hours, just sizzling you.
I don't want to. Actually, there's some things
Oh yeah,
I think
could you
about,
imagine?
but
I mean, you just burn your fingers for a little bit. And how
yeah.
long it takes to heal?
Yeah.
That's your asshole now. That's
Inside.
Raw skin.
Yeah.
yeah. That's tender. There.
Sorry, we talked curling iron. It made me think of that. So I had to share it before I forgot.
I mean, that in and of itself is reason enough not to
cheat.
cheat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you got Bobbit.
Well,
Good lord.
I watched. Well, they have a documentary.
I
on
seen that.
Yep.
Whatever happened.
Lorena.
Lorena.
He was in porn.
Yeah, he did some porn afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of comes back to like the boxing thing and everything else, where it's just money makes you do shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber right now who he's got over 1 million followers on YouTube. He has locked himself. I don't think it's like a prison cell, but he's locked himself inside of a room, and for 1 month he will not leave the room, and it will be absolutely dark the entire time he's in the room, and he's live streaming it so that his viewers can like watch his descent into madness as he's locked in this room by himself in the dark for 1 month. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think I'd fare well with that.
I seen
does
that.
he
Like
eat?
it was like a.
Yeah, he can eat and everything while he's in there. I mean, you have to if it's a month.
Right.
Is it Aaron Rodgers?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, that book was called Out of the Darkness or Out
Yeah.
of the Closet. Or did you ever read that yet?
Not Out of the Closet. It wasn't your book. I'm about 2 chapters in. So,
I seen that it was
So
like a,
right now he's still in.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
like some kind of a game show or something where the guy stays in a. They build a house, and outside the house he only can go like 25 feet away from the house. He cannot step off of this circle that the house is built on. It's a regular house, toilet, lights, TV, the
Yep.
whole fucking everything.
Oh, you're probably
Food.
talking about. Does he win a bunch of money?
Yep, and then he wins money.
He's yeah. Keep going with your story. I'll think of the guy's
So,
name.
but he can go
Does that
outside
shit
and he
all
can
the
stay
time.
on this whatever 25 feet away from the house. He can't go outside. He was splitting wood one day and he wins like $50,000 or $100,000 or whatever it is for, I think it's a month that he stays in this house thing. He has all the food, but he started eating all the food that was supposed to last a month. So then he was running low on what he was supposed to.
Is it Wayward Pines?
Mr. Beast.
Oh, that.
Mr. Beast does that shit all the time.
Oh, okay.
But
I have no idea.
that's who it is. You should. Well, you can use computers enough, or your kids.
Yeah, Mr. Beast.
Look up
is
Mr. Beast. The shit he does for people
Yeah.
is
crazy.
just like that. But it's at the end of that one. Did he offer like? Didn't it get smaller?
I
and
never
smaller and
watched
smaller?
it. Huh?
Didn't he like eventually have to only stay in the house then after like 2 weeks for so much more money?
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just seen the beginning. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that can't be that hard.
He does
it's
shit
like
all
a
the time where like
fucking
50
vacation.
people put their hand on a car and
Yep.
the last person
Lamborghini.
with their hand on the car gets
Right.
the car. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or then like when they're in a circle, like
Yep.
100 people in a gym, and then the circle gets
Yep.
smaller and then
Yep.
smaller. And then it'll be like, anybody that leaves right now, I'll give you $10,000 cash.
Yeah.
But the winner is $1 million. You
Yeah.
know, and he's an internet sensation. And
Yeah.
that's where he's made his money.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I just came
We're
across
not
it on
quite there yet.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where he started. Actually, it was on YouTube, I
Yeah.
think.
I'm gonna do a couple more of these, or you guys got
No, go
any
ahead.
pressing issues that you wanna?
No, nothing.
Nothing to discuss. You didn't have any more on your email, on your paper email.
Well, I don't even know where the fuck we are on that anymore. I can. Let's see. Let me log into the computer here.
Addison's. So that's big for you. I'm sure I'm playing Addison.
You
this
talking
week.
about your wiener?
No.
It's big for you.
57-yard passing
Ooh.
touchdown by Donald to Addison. I'm sure I'm playing one of them.
So, like this one here. What is your favorite urban legend that you believe is true?
Oof. I don't know if it's true. One of my favorite urban legends, though, which I don't think it is true, but one of my favorite urban legends is the one where the girl is laying in bed and she reaches down to the side of the bed and the dog always licks her hand when she, when they go to bed. That she reaches down, the dog licks her hand, and then she knows it's okay. It's time to go to bed. Except for, she does that, and then she sees the writing on the wall, or she sees something where it says humans can lick too, and that it's actually, a killer or whoever laying under the bed that licks her hand that night.
Must not seen that one.
That's weird. I would have thought you would have been.
No, Chad probably checks under his bed
Similar
before
to
he goes
the
to
water
bed.
bottle cruncher.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think as far as like ones that are true, probably I think the black market organs, where they
Oh yeah.
kidnap you and steal an organ and sell it for a couple grand or whatever. Which, there again, don't steal my liver.
Start
Joke's
wearing,
on you.
wearing a collar.
Be like somebody stealing your identity.
Yeah, right? Well, yeah, like I talked about with the.
You're in debt now, bitch.
Yeah,
Go ahead, have it.
I talked about financial security that time.
Yeah.
Keep your credit cards maxed out and your bank account at zero. If somebody steals your banking or card information,
Joke's on you.
good luck.
Yeah, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a better one for you guys, because this really doesn't fucking obtain to me at all. Because
Must be social media.
would you rather live without the internet or without bathing?
Oh, that's easy. I don't think you can live without
Bathing
yeah.
for him.
I don't think you can live without the internet.
Really?
Over bathing?
You lived half your life without the internet.
Yeah, I would take the bathing over the internet.
Oh, well, I was way off. So it just pertains to you, and I guess.
Well, now, are you just saying like you
Yeah.
can't take a shower or you can't clean up?
Like a shower. Like
But I could take a bath.
Chet does anyway with bubbles and.
But I mean, I
Mom
could-
gives you a
Stop.
bath.
Don't worry about it.
I could do
Buttermilk.
without that because they make like full body wipes. Like
Dude
you know,
wipes,
think about
yeah.
people who are
Nope,
who are hospitalized.
that's would be considered bathing on this.
So you're going day to
You
day
either-
without cleaning.
Correct.
So you're saying you can't clean yourself?
Nope, you
period.
can't. Yep.
Well,
You're
then,
either
I-
You
internet
gotta go with
or
that.
cleaning, bathing,
You can
hygiene.
you can have the internet.
Yeah, then
I
I'd
give a
take
fuck.
the internet.
Yeah. Me fucking too.
If you
Obviously.
think about how much stuff requires internet,
It's fine.
What?
What do you do that you
Need.
absolutely could
To
not
live,
live without
live.
with the internet?
Well, that's not fair to him either. He wouldn't eat supper.
But what if it?
I'm just kidding.
well, yeah, but I mean, even ordering now, you do.
What ordering what?
You can literally still go to the store.
Or call them on the phone?
Right. Well, have you been to the new Taco Bell inside?
No,
They don't have a cash register.
then I'm not going. That is bullshit.
They don't have, like you were talking when you were
Yeah.
down in Whitewater. They don't have anyone there. It's you put in your order on the little touch screen, put in your card, and then, well, the one, at least the Taco Bell in Chippewa, 10 minutes later, the guy comes out, Nate, there's
Yeah.
your bag. And that's the only interaction you have.
No, thank you.
But I mean, I got all my cards are saved on my phone. You just go bloop, like that, and you pay. You make your payment. You check your bank accounts. Christ, I turn my outside lights on. The one that you helped me put in.
That's not a need. That's a
You don't need lights.
no to do that. You can still hit the switch. I mean, them are all. I don't know. There's like that's awesome that you can do that, but
Yeah.
you don't have to do that.
Is life much easier with the internet?
Sure.
100%. But you could live without it.
Right.
How would
Millions
you,
of people live without the internet.
how would you diagnose yourself with rickets? You go on WebMD,
true.
Call the doctor.
I suppose.
Have to go back to paperbacks at night.
No
Yeah.
more Pornhub.
Yeah, fucking.
How would the world hear us?
That'd be the biggest loss,
Yeah.
for sure.
That there alone might be worth a bath.
I have to start recording to CDs.
Coming out on CDs next month.
It'll be like the new AOL. Get a disc in your fucking mailbox every week.
Yeah.
Go back to
The fuck is this shit?
subscription services like Netflix where you can
Mail it in.
mail in
Or
a
we'll mail
Did
it.
some of the memes from the Tyson fight? Tonight's biggest fight is Netflix versus the internet.
right. Well, and they were talking about that, and I'm kind of sidetracking, but it still pertains to the internet. Is it Christmas Day that
That's what I said to my
Netflix
buddies, too.
Netflix
Two
has
football games.
Football
They
games.
better get that figured out because I'm sure the NFL has been in touch with them.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I'll guarantee you there's more people who are watching football than are
Oh, yeah.
watching the Tyson fight.
Right.
And I think, or maybe it was just somebody speculating, but this was basically like
A trial run.
yeah, a test run or whatever for
Yeah, and they fucking
bigger
failed.
Yeah, they
moment-
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bigger moments for them.
Well, what's weird is it didn't happen to everybody.
Yeah.
Like I have a buddy down in Madison who his Netflix never froze up.
Hmm.
He just watched the whole night. Yeah. Crazy.
So I had actually, and I just went with the cheaper version of Netflix because for the longest time I hadn't had it. So I had gotten rid of it, but for this last month, then I had it so that I could, with the intent of watching that fine. But I just did it for the $6.99 or whatever, the cheap one. But right away on the morning after, I canceled Netflix then because I'm like,
Right.
well, for what the reason I watched it for, I don't need it, and I'm not even going to pay $7. And then the whole purpose of it was
Yeah.
null and void anyway. It's like, but I'm going to have to probably get it again on Christmas, depending on. I don't even know who's playing, but
I think the Ravens play the Steelers, and I don't remember the other game. I think they're both good games.
it's not like the Vikings or the Packers where we're
Right.
going to have.
Well, and I mean, Christmas Day, will you be here or will you be at your mom's or at Jason's or?
Christmas Day, I think we don't really do anything because we do our Christmases on Christmas Eve.
Oh,
We go
okay.
over to my parents' house the morning of Christmas Eve, and then go up to do the extended family
Yeah.
Christmas Eve night.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, I would tell you that probably a lot of those Christmas days I spend with some of my wilder buddies. Which- It's
Kansas City and Pittsburgh, and then Baltimore and Houston.
Hmm.
Christmas Day, noon and 3:30,
well, good.
and then Seattle and Chicago the day after Christmas.
On Netflix.
No,
Oh,
Prime Thursday.
well, Prime. I have
Oh, and
that.
there's a Black Friday game too this year.
Really?
I think that's on Prime.
That would be like coming up here.
Yeah.
Vegas
Probably
and Kansas City
Probably already happened when
On
people
the-
hear this.
on the Prime at 2
Right.
p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think about that a lot, and I always go back to when my grandpa we'd be at the A-frame back down there, and every night or every other night or whatever it was, he would always drive back into Tony, or not Tony, Glen Flora. There was a telephone booth right
Payphone,
there
yeah.
and then he would put in a quarter or 35 cents or whatever it
Yeah.
was, call home, so-and-so got a deer or
Yeah.
I got one or whatever the case was. And then we just drive back and
Yeah.
to camp. And how much, I don't know if it would be easier, because when I go back there with my phone, I get zero reception.
Yeah.
I get nothing. I have to come all the way damn near out to Highway 8 before I get reception. So what's another fucking 4 miles down the road to call on the telephone?
Yeah, I think about that a lot too. Like, now if you leave the house and you forget your phone,
Yeah.
turn around, go back. I forgot my phone. You
Yeah.
know.
Oh my god.
But when I was a kid,
yeah. Fuck.
even when I got my license, cell phones weren't a thing.
Yep.
Like
The beeper.
fuck. Yeah, I had
Yeah,
one of those in high school.
pager. Yeah.
Mountain Dew beeper.
Hit me up on my pager.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got a bank of payphones around here?
But even at that, you can't call. I mean, you couldn't do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember coming home from CVTC after school or whatever. My mom had paged me. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? So I pulled into the Holiday gas station that was across from Shopko there. They had
Yep.
phones right there. I'd pull in there. In my car, I'd reach
Yep.
out,
Yep.
put in the quarter, I'd sit in my car. What do you need? Oh, I was just seeing where you were. I'm like, well, I'm at the fucking gas station now,
Yeah.
But prior to that, there was nothing. I mean,
We take it home.
you get there when you get there.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss those days.
Yeah. But I mean, there are a ton of great things about
Oh,
the internet, obviously.
absolutely.
But the thing I might miss the most is just, I have a question, I immediately have an answer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's the convenience.
Yeah. Like, just think about when you were younger and you're with your parents or whatever, and they're sitting around, who the hell played that guy in that one movie? Or do you remember where that, you're talking about whatever, and the answer is right
Yeah,
there, instantly
I get it.
obtainable, And that used to not be a thing. Like, oh, go grab the encyclopedia and look it up.
So
Or,
do you think
know.
people back then were smarter than they are now?
No.
I would say street smarts or common sense wise, yes.
Yes, I agree. Now they're just
Real practical knowledge, yes.
Yeah.
See, I think now they're smarter in a general because there's, as you said, you
So
can-
much more knowledge at your
Yeah,
fingertips.
it's at your
Yeah.
fingertip. I don't have to
Yeah.
wait to get home to do this. I can Google it now or on my drive home.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, it
You're not
was
supposed to use your phone and drive.
a lot of times I can remember, like, oh, we'll have to ask so and so, like,
Yeah.
he would know that. Like, go talk to the smart guy. You know what I mean? Like, or oh, he was in the military, he'll know that. You call and ask him, blah blah blah. Or he used to work for the electric company, he'll know, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. Now I just think people can Google it and then they're just, oh, I know how to do that. The fuck you do? Show me.
Yeah.
you've seen it on Facebook or YouTube or
Well,
whatever.
that's not true though. Look at all those hours I spent in my flight simulator, and that paid off for us.
Ah, almost.
Got us through.
How's that going?
Got us through the Burger King drive-through.
It did, but yeah, and over the bridge.
Yeah.
by NSP, but and then
also,
the front
I mean-
tire was coming off the ground, but you didn't.
In realistically though, when I had probably 2-3 years ago, the hot water heater had gone out, I was able to YouTube a video on how to change out the element, well, in which a smarter person would have changed both of them at the same time, but I only did the one that I knew was out. Well, and I guess to be fair, I don't know if I knew that there were two, but the video I watched had you change out the one on the top, and I was able to do that. Otherwise, well, and I ended up now buying a new water heater anyway, but that was...
Yes, of course, stuff like that I get, but I'm just saying in general that
Oh yeah.
you don't need it.
You know, you're a kid, and like we lived out in the country, and I had one friend who lived a few houses down, but other than that, there was no kids that lived in my neighborhood.
Right.
I was friends with a kid named Luke who rode my bus, who was like miles away from our house, just like, hey, Mom, I'm going to Luke's,
Yeah.
you know.
Get on your bicycle
Yep,
and fucking
I did.
pedal your ass down there.
I'll be home before dinner.
Yeah.
You know, dinner's at 5 o'clock. Your ass best fucking be home by then if you want to eat, you
Yep.
know.
Our thing when we were playing, we would play baseball or football or whatever. So we'd go down to Halley Park. If we needed an extra player, of course, back then you didn't have a cell phone. You couldn't get a hold of anybody. So we used the payphone at the ballpark, called that person's house
Yep.
using collect. And then when you went to say their name, when you went to say your name, instead of saying
Yeah.
your name, you said, "Come to the ballpark, play ball,"
Yeah.
you know, something like that. So then, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we would.
Collect calls. God, a lot of people listen to this probably don't even know what
Yeah.
Call
the
it
younger
collect.
generation. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they don't even know that back in the day you had to wait until after 7 p.m. to
Yeah.
call or
I
use
gotta
your
wait for my
minutes.
night and weekend minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But on the flip side of that, you and anyone else has the easiest option. You don't have to have a cell phone
Right.
or
I know
internet. Or
I-
there is one guy at work. He doesn't have a cell phone. He's never had one.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the internet either.
Yeah.
He's
My dad has a track phone,
Yep.
and it just lives in his truck.
Sure.
And the only reason he has it is because he hunts and fishes all the time. When he gets to the lake, he calls Mom and says, you know, I'm here. Or actually, I think most of the time it's when he gets off the lake, he'll call her, or, you know, just so Mom knows.
checking
in.
And that's it.
Right.
He might use that track phone for 4 minutes a month, you know, and
Yeah.
that's probably a stretch.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I use it for hunting when I go bow hunting or whatever. I call home and
Yeah.
yep, I'm out of the woods. I'm safe. I'm just
Yep.
getting back to the cabin and
Yep.
whatever. And
Yep.
you know, but other than that, I'm never on that fucking thing. But that was
Well-
just a thought. All right.
So we were doing T-shirts
Yeah,
as
there we
part
go.
of Thanksgiving / Christmas / Festivus and whatever else. So make sure you get your emails into us and comment and like and subscribe and share and
Win
Smash
something.
that like button.
tell your
Yes.
neighbors,
Yep.
tell your
And
friends,
Share with everybody you know, and especially the ones you don't.
Let him know.
let everybody know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Have we done a rating? Did we? Let's do a rating this week.
Yeah, what is it, Jason?
4 stars.
4 of them.
That's got to be. That's what, 4 in a row.
Yeah.
3 or 4 in a
bunch.
row.
We're not doing very good, I guess.
We'll come
It
up.
happens.
We'll come up with something good here next time. So
Fuck the ratings.
Shut up, bitches.
shut up, bitches. I was waiting for that.
Oh shit.
All right. So then, until next week.
All right.
Have a good week.
Later.
You too.
You too. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.